Pathway to Nirvana, a how-to book on how to achieve extreme happiness. This book is the only book that enables a person to go from where he or she is depressed throughout the day to where he or she naturally feels good feeling emotion. And provided that the person's depression is not caused by a traumatic experience or because the person is going through something really serious in his or her life. But rather, if the person is going through just your average everyday depression, then this book will enable the person to rid him or herself of that and feel good feeling emotion as he or she goes about his or her day. Now this video is called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Happiness. Deepak Chopra did the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, which I liked very much. So I figured that I would do the 7 Spiritual Laws of Happiness since that's what I'm good at. The first spiritual law is the law of love. Now, I'm sure that when you think of love, you think about a relationship and being in love. You know, that's good. But the kind of love I'm talking about is the kind of love you have towards other people and life in general. Everything in the universe is working to achieve balance. And the more depressed a person is, the more he or she is going to hate other people. And the more a person naturally loves other people, the happier he or she is going to be. So the goal is to feel as much love towards people and life itself as you possibly can. Now, the media, what they are is a silent, actually what they are is a third-party instigator. And what they do is they try and get men and women to hate each other by promoting feminism. And they try and get black people and white people to hate each other and so on and so forth. And the reason they do this is because there is an enemy that is basically controlling the government and the U.S. government that is really oppressing you and causing you a lot of harm. So by them taking the attention off themselves and putting it on other people, they can then control you. So what you want to do is you want to naturally feel as much love towards people that you possibly can. You know, people are hurting in this world, and there's absolutely no reason, you know, for anyone to hate anybody else. And the more love you feel towards other people, the happier you will be. And of course, what goes along with that is forgiveness. You know, if you can forgive people, that will also increase how you normally feel emotionally throughout the day. The second spiritual law is to live on the side of the light. Now, in different religions and cultures, we have demons, you know, stuff like that. You know, I don't really believe in demons, but I do think that there's something going on here. You know, even if one is an atheist, one can believe in alternate universes that occupy the same space as our own universe, and there's a universe where there's a lot of dark energy. You know, maybe there could be evil beings that are sucking off our energy. I mean, who knows? But my belief on that is that if you live life feeling love towards people and working towards doing the right thing, then you will invite positive energy in. But if you have someone that's a psychopath who's intentionally trying to hurt other people and get enjoyment out of it, then that person's going to be bringing a lot of dark energy in his or her life. I think that's where, you know, the expression comes from. Some people are spiritually dark. You know, I think that there's dark energy coming into them, and that will have a negative effect on a person's life, probably on their health too. The third spiritual law on how to achieve happiness is for a person to get in touch with his or her higher self. You know, we all need guidance in our life. And if a person, you know, believes in a supreme being, then in that case, he or her would be seeking divine guidance. You know, either way, if a person is on the right path in his or her life, his or her ability to achieve happiness is going to be greater. So that's the third. The fourth spiritual law is to believe that you are here for a reason and that you should be fulfilling that purpose. You know, everyone is really good at something. They're basically a genius at something. And when a person works towards achieving that, and when he or she does be a giver in this world and contribute to society, I believe that his or her happiness will increase. If a person can make a lot of money from that, that would be even better. But lots of times what the person's good at does not align with money. But at least the person's life will have meaning, it will have purpose. And I also believe that that's what karma is about. I don't think that karma is where if a person does something bad, they're going to have something really bad happen to them. I believe that karma is more along the lines that when a person is a giver, the universe will give back. And that will be a fulfilling life. The fifth law is the desire management. This is a big one. If you mess up in one area, right, a person can wind up depressed. And this is one area where a person really messes this up. He or she will wind up in a severe depression. A person should never desire what he or she cannot have. Because when that happens, that causes depression, right? You can fantasize about it, take the good feeling from fantasizing about it and enjoy the good feeling. And a person can actually increase how he or she naturally feels emotionally, so he or she becomes happier in his or her life. It's all pretty much how a person approaches it. One thing, you know, if a person is in a relationship or was in a relationship and things didn't work out, you know, and the person is still desiring the other person, right? That is the worst thing a person can do, because that's going to lead to depression. You know, we hear relationship experts talk about, you know, just think about the person's faults. Well, if a person thinks about the person's faults, all that is really doing is just reaffirming how much he or she desires the person, right? Instead of doing that, what one should do is just be perfectly okay, realize that things did not work out for a reason, and if you're still feeling a lot of pain, desire the person, right? Don't desire the person. Just get the good feeling from the fantasy and enjoy that good feeling. And over time, what will happen is the person's interest in the person will just diminish. The person can only fantasize about another person for so long, and you know, eventually the person's desire is just going to diminish to zero. Now, the sixth thing I want to go over is stress. Basically, what stress is a toxic energy, and it's really going to mess up a person's life and a person's health. I like to use the term stressed out. I like to use the term be mentally tired or tired with one's mind over being stressed out. Because when you say someone's tired with his or her mind, you know exactly what the person's talking about. People are far more stressed out than they think they are, right? When I went and did, you know, the techniques in the book that I've written, my happiness level kept going up and up. What I noticed that it appeared that I was getting stressed out quicker and quicker and quicker. But what really was happening was I was becoming aware of me being stressed out. And the higher one's happiness level is, the lower a person's stress level needs to be to achieve that. So what everyone should do is work on de-stressing themselves and just finding time to just relax. It could be going to a park or a wooded area and just leaving the cell phone behind. You know, cell phones are a great thing to have, but just, you know, relax, you know, take in the good scenery, or if one's in a beach, you know, they could listen to the waves cracking and the seagulls and breathe in the salt air and just fully relax and enjoy that. And once one gets the toxic energy out of him or herself, well, notice that he or she ability to be happy in life will increase. Yeah, the seventh thing I want to go over is, you know, you got to take care of your body, because if a person becomes sick or health is bad, then his or her chance to enjoy life diminishes greatly. You know, when I was a kid, they used to say, youth is wasted on the young. I didn't really understand fully what that meant. I'm like, okay, you know, I think I got it. But now I fully understand, because you're fully able to do things. Just go out and do things and not have a worry in the world. And that's what basically good health gives you. So you want to eat as much organic food as you possibly can. You know, the rule on that is, if it doesn't say organic, then it's probably GMO. So eat as much organic food as you can. You know, keep your sodium, you know, under, you know, the amount of sodium you're taking under control. The National Academy of Science says you only need 500 milligrams a day. The American Heart Association says not to go over 1,500 milligrams a day. Yet the average person living in the United States consumes 3.4 grams of sodium. Well, eventually that's going to make a person sick and drive up a person's blood pressure. Then a person's going to have health problems and could wind up one day dying from those health problems. So you want to eat, you know, good, keep yourself in good shape. Because when you're in good shape, your ability to be happy in life greatly increases. When a person gets sick, he or she is not going to be able to enjoy life, and his or her ability to be happy in life will do a nosedive. And once again, you know, I'm the author of this book, Pathway to Nirvana, how to book on how to achieve extreme happiness, where you become naturally happy throughout the day, right? So, as far as I'm concerned, right now, there is no longer any more excuse for a person to be depressed. Happiness is one of the easiest things a person can achieve, and it's also one of the most funnest things, you know, to do. So, thank you for watching.